Prime Minister Narendra Modi is en route to the United States of America. Now, there's a fierce battle which is being fought between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's three-day visit is packed with engagements and high-level meetings. This is PM's first visit to the United States since he took oath for the third time. The first program on Prime Minister's agenda is the annual Quad Summit, and after that, a bilateral meeting with US President Joe Biden is also on the cards. Prime Minister is also scheduled to hold separate bilateral meetings with other Quad leaders. The topics of discussion will be defense, technology collaboration, and strategies to address the ongoing global conflicts, including the situations both in Ukraine and even in Gaza.
Why is this event different than the ones we've seen before? The Prime Minister's been to the US so many times. This is his fourth time speaking. Back to New York, where it all started with the Madison Square Garden event in 2014. How's this different, and what can you tell us? Just give us a brief rundown if you can.
Sure. So it's different in fewer ways than it's the same, in that it's a volunteer-powered event, as have been previous ones. It's been 10 years. So we've learned a lot of lessons along the way on how to streamline our processes. And it's really an incredible feat to see what hundreds of people can do if they come together for a singular cause. And the cause is to have an amazing event that celebrates the Indian American diaspora, our Indian culture, our civilizational ethos, and the U.S.-India partnership. So the ways in which it is same is that it was incredibly popular. We have over 13,200 people coming. And the registration for the number of people that wanted to come was twice that. Right. So the ticket is a lucky ticket. It's like Willy Wonka. It's a golden ticket. 1 and 2 basically got a pass to come in.
Tell us about the event in itself. किस तरह से प्लान हुआ और बहुत मेहनत लगी है इसमें obviously. So tell us more about this.
Sure. Basically, when we got the word that Modi is coming and there would be a public event for him, as you know, whenever Modi comes, there were always big events and bigger events. We got less time this time, but this is being organized by the Indian American community organizations. There are over 500 partner organizations across United States. Either they are the Indian national organizations or the ethnic Indian organizations. So there is a participation of over 500 organizations. And everybody is excited. So everybody is excited for Modi ji 3.0, and he's coming for the first time after the election. So there is no lesser enthusiasm than previous one. If you ask me, there is more enthusiasm. And you will see tomorrow with all full colors, people will be filling up the stadium on Sunday.
Well, the Indian diaspora in America is very, very excited about Modi ji's visit to America. There is a lot of people that love Modi ji. They appreciate what he has done for the country, increasing the economic power of India. India has become a super economic power because of the vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And the Indian Americans who are all over United States are very excited to welcome him as he lands tomorrow.
My colleague Rohit Sharma is now joining us from New York. Rohit, clearly excitement is building up. Preparations are underway for the highly anticipated Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the United States. What's the mood on the ground?
There has been a lot of excitement in the air. We were there at the Nassau Coliseum today. A lot of preparation going on. People coming in from about 40 states in the United States to see the Prime Minister, to hear him talk here on Sunday. So that's one of the big events as far as the visit goes. But then there's also the visit that is focused more towards global diplomacy. The Prime Minister is going to be meeting President Joe Biden tomorrow in Delaware. He is scheduled to have a bilateral meeting with President Joe Biden. He's scheduled to meet with Quad leaders in Delaware tomorrow. There will be actionable items. We heard today from people in the U.S. government how there's a Quad caucus now, which is going to focus on making sure that Quad as an alliance has bipartisan support in the U.S. And very important, especially given the fact that there could be change of government in the U.S. or change of administration in the U.S. after the November 5th election. So very important from that perspective. There is the Cancer Moonshot event tomorrow, which the Prime Minister will participate in, and it's now being called as a CORD. Cancer Moonshot event. And after that, he is going to address the diaspora on Sunday and then have a bunch of meetings scheduled with leaders, tech leaders, with business leaders, with influential people, influential Indian Americans, I should say, here in New York. He will also have bilateral meetings with world leaders and then also address the Summit for Future. So the Prime Minister is focused, on making sure that he can come here to the U.S. and make sure that India is at the center of a lot of these conversations here at the UN. Remember, this is the United Nations General Assembly week. We will also hear from External Affairs Minister Jaishankar, who will be addressing the UNGA later in the week. But it's touted as one of the important meetings or visits by Prime Minister Modi, because this is saying goodbye to President Biden. President Biden had said multiple times that this is the most consequential relationship. The India and U.S. relationship is the most consequential relationship that exists in this century, and he wanted to make it a success. And if you look back at last 4 years, he's delivered on those promises. So I think it will be a very interesting day tomorrow here in Delaware, where the Prime Minister will be meeting with President Biden, thanking him for all that he has done. And as we look forward towards, what America could, who America would choose as the next president of the United States, but definitely saying a thank you to President Joe Biden and solidifying this, the India-US relationship.
Thank you, Rohit, for all those details. My colleague joining us from New York in the United States of America.